All right, we've got Chad and Eric. Both fairly strong players. Looks like Chad got the first break. This is EvoSports. We are broadcasting out of Everett, Washington at the Golden Fleece Billiards. Sunday night, they have a 10-ball tournament. It starts at 7 o'clock. It's $15. Come on down and play the best in the Northwest. You never know how things will go. They have access to between, 4 and 6, 7 footers, depending on how many players show up. So there's typically not a lot of waiting in between. These do go into Fargo. Eric's about a 606, and I believe Chad is about a 650. And he gets a good little bump off those points. And it looks like he's got a shot at the 4. But a little bit tricky to get the cue ball out of there. He's got to go with some inside, probably top left. Cheat it a little bit and push it into this. That is, doable but difficult, especially off the rail like that. So man, he got a good stroke at it. Unfortunately, no reward. Going for the jump shot. Eric is pretty strong at jumping, but ball's that close to the rail, you run the risk of coming off the table with the cue. Yeah, he's well aware of the risk. It was worth a try. Chad shouldn't have too much problem here getting things taken care of. It's looking like he's gonna roll. Maybe just stop shot on the 5. 6 ball down there. I mean, you really want to simplify this, especially on these small tables. Yeah, you're looking at pretty but routine out here. Good angle. Where do you play to get on the 9? Kind of keep it a little bit steep so you can play the cue ball this way. Otherwise, you got to play further down. And he's going to end up a little bit straight. I don't really like that, but he might have enough angle to stun off this way. It's not that advanced of a shot, so he's okay. Just roll forward a little bit here, but he might be hitting a little bit low to kind of hold the rock too far across. And he came all the way across, not bad. That is definitely in take your medicine range, which is just fine. Even machines will get perfect shape, so we're doing what we can. Good stroke. Dad's on the board. Wins on his break. Alright, he's playing it about that ball and a half off of center. A little bit low. And it's coming all the way back this time, which isn't really a big deal, but making a ball, he does not really have a good shot on the one. I guess kind of like banking the one ball kind of this direction. I don't know. It's not really lending itself to a good safety opportunity. Plays a good cue ball speed on it. Nice, tucks him behind the two. Makes this angle strange, which is okay because this angle is not. Let's see which way Chad goes. Yep, call something. I was calling that one ball two rail kick. Can he get by the two this way? I guess so. Oh, and it was two rails that way instead. That's a player option. No real available pocket for ARIC. Let's see if he can tuck the cue ball behind the floor over there. And he got good separation. That's putting Chad on a jump. I mean, the one rail kick is on, but is that the shot? Yep, he's calling here. Pretty sure. Good speed, good contact. And that was a roll for ARIC. He may have to do some sort of draw shot this way to avoid running into the 9. You know, trying to play it this way. Because that's a lot more. I mean, depending on the angle he has. I'm going to try to draw it into that. By draw, I mean power stun. Yep, and the 9 came to play, but he still has an angle on the 4. He may be able to control a little right-hand spin shot, come back up this way. It's touchy, but it's doable. Good swing at it, just missed the rock. Or missed the object ball. Yeah, you really only have the one rail kick. Maybe call it here. It's not weird, but it may go. He's looking like two-rail kick, actually. Ah, he's called down there. Okay. Good speed. Oh, good contact. And it's gonna get a little weird to where he's definitely gonna play some sort of safety here. Maybe try to thin the floor between there and put the cue ball up this way. I think that's kind of the move. He's looking at the tangent line. If he just bumps the four this way, but I don't think he's called the side pocket. And that's a smart shot. Very simple, yet effective. Cuts it off enough that you can't let go this way. Maybe with a little bit of elevation, but I think you're kicking one rail this way. Oh, and did he call the 9? This is a good shot. Let's go. Oh, good pace, but yeah, he found this ramp before. And again, Eric does not have a super easy path to the 5 ball. This is, a pretty small window to get into. And, you don't want to go past this tangent line on it. Otherwise, you're playing safe again. So it's a pretty small window, too. And it looks like he's trying to play some sort of safety. He doesn't like going from the 4 to the 5, and I don't blame him. But I also think you could find a pretty good safety play here, enough to keep Chad from having open shots. The floor is off the rail enough. I see a little bump and run. Cue ball behind the 6. 4 ball, 1 rail. And he leaked it a little bit. Took care of the 4. I think he sold on the side of it, so not as effective as a safety as Eric had hoped. But definitely a containment shot. We're going to get another inning or two out of this. And he's not calling anything. He's just going for a good hit. And nice bump, but he's going to leave all the way down this way shot. And if the angle runs into the 7, he should be okay to keep shape on the 5. Don't want to go too far past the 9. Yep. Bump that 7, you're all good. That's the 6 by the 8. That's kind of a bigger problem. He's looking at the shape on the 6, I'm guessing so. Be in a lot more trouble if it didn't. It's a pretty routine shot to come out, this way. Nothing wrong with being careful and taking your time. He was trying to develop a little something. I guess it didn't go by the 8. But now he's going to kind of be playing a little ticky-tacky safe again. Yeah, there's no real good angle to kind of play a shot here. He's looking at the spin out angle where this just pushes the 6 into the 8. They may stay tied up. You got to get by the 7. Kind of push it down here. But the scratch does come into play a little bit. You got to hit it with a little bit of draw, and then it might push this out too much. And it leaked out a little bit. He's not going to be happy with that. I'm pretty sure Chad can see all of that ball. And the way he's looking at it, I mean, if he can, it's just this shot. You have to play your safe back here, but no, he cannot see a full 6 ball. He is elevating. Oh, good shot. Kept an angle on the 7. Maybe we call the 9 here. I like the one rail bank more than trying to run it up table this way. But I'm also a banking machine, so yeah, he's calling the 9. It's a smart shot. If you live your wild, you bank this ball like that and freeze the rock. Let's see what happens. He's definitely called the 9 ball, but gets it. And almost 50-yard line on his 7 ball. So not a great reward, but he's still at the table. A player of this kind of ilk and caliber should be able to handle this cut. Yeah, it's a little bit of a tester. You know, hitting these with a bunch of inside. It's you gotta have this up your sleeve. And he's not hitting with inside. He's gonna come up 2 rails past the side pocket. And that's a good shot. I don't hate that at all. Whereas, you know, I'm playing the inside. That's where that shot comes in handy. And he may be able to draw it straight back to where he is, with the shape in the same pocket. Oh, good shot. Good speed. Yeah, take a little look at it. Yeah, some nice little opportunity there. ARIC did have a chance. But now Chad is up 2-0 and breaking in a short race to 5. pretty good spread, but it was a dry break. ARIC jumps out of his chair. He's ready for this. Pretty routine, you know, off the one and up this way shot. Oh, he's playing the draw shot. I like it. Pretty good angle. 3 ball goes there if he needs to. I think that is the play. Trying to hold it on this side. Not so much. Let's see what he opts to do. He's putting a little draw on it. He must be drawing back for the side pocket shot. And he did. He ran a little bit long on it, so we're kind of steep. Cue ball is possibly running into the 10 off this angle. And if you put a little bit of draw, the scratch comes into play. So you're gonna draw it into this rail and try to come around. Yeah, I think you just gotta run into the 10 and hope you stay on this side of it. And he does. And he gets this shape. The 10 does not count early, so they will spot it up. He gets to keep shooting, but what a world. Now he's gotta come with the stun off the rail. Don't go past this line. And yeah, hit it perfect. Great shot, Eric. Yeah, a little stop shot. Give yourself a nice little angle. If you want to play the 6 ball out off this way, I prefer that. Then yeah, you don't want to navigate that 8-9. Stay on that side of the 6. Looks like he's gonna be drawing back for the same pocket. Nope, he did our shot. Yeah, we just draw it back off of this way. You know, don't get underneath it. This is the not the good place over here. And he's looking good. Has a nice angle on the 7. You're just gonna come out and spin it out here. I mean, center of the table is your best friend. Yep, something like that. Depending on your angle there, you got a lot to work with. Just don't run too far. Easy to overcook these shots on these small tables. Good stun, but he's gonna be kind of on the rail. This angle kind of forces you to play a little stun off this way. You have to stroke this. And he could go forward, I guess, and play it this way. That's a good little shot. He put just enough spin to keep it up and got on the high side of the 9. Not a lot of meat on the bone. You know, it's kind of a routine, you know, draw the cue ball off this way. Kind of the angle lends itself fairly routinely. It's a good shot. Should be okay. Eric needs to get on the board here. And nice out. All right, here we are at rack number 4. Eric TWOHY winning on Jad's break. See if he can catch a gear here and tie it up. Makes a ball. Kind of has a shot on the 1. It's not too bad. You know, it's a little kind of pinchy stroke where you can draw it up this way. You know, pocketing the 1 here. It's not that hard of a shot. He may also just roll forward. Let's see what he chooses here. I like the pinchy little draw shot. Exactly, kind of elevated. He gave it a good stroke. Unfortunately, did not execute. Had all of the makings of what he needed. He just kind of missed his mark. And not too tough of a shot from 1 to 8. Good poke, but no reward, unfortunately. I think it's gonna force Chad to play a safety here. If you have the control, park him under the 3 ball with the cue ball and send the 1 up table. If not, you can bank the 1 into the 3 this way. Try to put the cue ball up, you know, give it some distance. I think I'm just rolling this ball, like, cue ball off the rail over there. Bank the 1 out of there. And he kicks the rail first. Kind of getting away with it on that shot, to be fair. Eric's gonna, he's got the thin the 1 shot and just kind of play the cue ball. He's not gonna get him stuck on the 3, but he's gonna park the 1 somewhere over here. At least prolong the situation. There's really not much else he can do. That was a good shot. And is he kicking? Did he call this pocket? That is kind of the shot. He's gonna kick to a safe. And it leaked out a little bit, unfortunately. Not enough for Eric to make it. He's probably just gonna play the one this way again. Ball up on the rail up here. Just easy separation, nothing crazy. Don't hit the one so thin that you leave it in front of the hole. And he chose the simpler path and did not want to hit the 10. But he's going to prolong the situation either way. I don't think this is a good shot, and I don't like this shot either, so maybe it's just a kick and stick. Shoot it this way and leave the cue ball behind the 10. That is tough. You're on the rail, actually. You're getting no stick from there. So what is the best possible outcome? I'm liking thin the one this way and just play the one ball and hopefully cue ball comes back this way. That is tough. Being stuck. He's calling the 3. Coming in good and does not get the reward. Eric's up. Yeah, you don't go inside here, so obviously he's probably going to try to draw out of it this way. Pretty tough to create the angle to come this side of it. So, I mean, if you run into the 4, you should have a shot on the 2. He gets the angle running into the 4, but does not the 1. Yeah, he left the angle. It's thin, but coming back this way, pretty much gonna stay on this side of the 10. You want to avoid hitting the 10 for the possible scratch. Just a hair of outside or right spin. He got the right spin, and he's looking pretty good on the 2. He says slow down. He's okay. Enough angle to put a bit of spin and come out this way. You know, don't go past these balls. You get in trouble. I like to elevate a little bit there, and that's good. They'll be okay. Again, avoid any interaction with these two balls. Your center table shape. I'm thinking he's the kind of player who's playing this kind of stun draw workout here. Really isn't much other way to navigate this out. And he got a little steep. It made a little trouble with the 6-7. Did not want that. And now he's got either a difficult cut on the 5 or actually a kind of difficult bank is also available, but yeah, he's not going to be happy with that. I kind of like 5 balling this way and cue balling this way. You know, play the safe. You really don't want to let ARIC into this. Call in the bank. You're coming all the way down table to play a safe on the 6 at this point. And you're just happy to be on another shot. It's a good speed, and he set it up for a safety angle. Pretty good shot. Stick the rock right there. He may roll it to play safe. No, he stuck it. And it's gonna leak out, unfortunately. He didn't park him on the 7 where he wanted, and ARIC has an open shot at the 6. It is a little bit of an angle where he's gonna have to stun this way. Don't try for too much. It's the name of the game. Put a lot on it. And well, tangent line puts us like that, so to make the ball, cue ball is gonna go something like that, which is a lot more work than he wanted to do, obviously, but that is kind of the shot, unfortunately. Or he'll just hit a little draw stop shot, take his medicine. See, come on, go 3 rails, live a little. Nice out.
Was like, I played it exactly how I wanted to.
ARIC ties it up. We got ourselves a little race here.
I didn't like the angle. I was like, any angle but this.
Hope everyone's enjoying the broadcast. EvoSports doing amazing things in the Northwest and soon to be around the world. Happy to be doing some commentating for them. For some of my friends. This crowd. Alright, Chad with a dry break. Here. Not much angle on the one. We're just gonna drift the cue ball into this little zone here. It's kind of at the less is more mentality. Also don't want to hit the one so hard that it takes up past the 9. That's a good shot. He left him enough to jump it, unfortunately. See, I kind of like to kick this. Yeah, jumping here can be really tricky. And I would rather try this. Yeah, I'd rather try that shot than risk it going off the table. See, interesting things can happen. You know, all Eric has now is kind of a weird spin kick save. If he can kick and stick, Chad's in trouble. And that is what happened. This is where I think Chad's jumping. You know, kicking off this bottom rail, that is low percentageness. And I'd say this shot, the jump is way more. At least you're going to be at the table probably more times than not. He's calling the side. Might even get a little bump. Yep, a bump on the 4. Really doesn't have much here. Nobody's taking this 3-ball combo on. I do like the idea of running the cue ball down behind here again. And don't care what happens to the 2. As long as you take care of the cue ball, you know, it's going to be pretty much Alcatraz. You could also play the cue ball this way if you're feeling a little more frisky. Let's see what he's calling the 8 with the 3-ball combo. I don't like it, but you know, it's not about me. And he gets it and does not get a reward on the 2. What he may have is a better opportunity to play a safety. But, you know, those are the chances that players take. He hasn't called a pocket or a combo, so I think we're just going to see a safe out of this. And he's rolling the 2 rails, 3 rails, parks him on the 5. That's a good shot. Good shot. Yeah, it doesn't leave Eric kind of this mess to kind of get a hit that way, which, you know, if you've ever been in this position, you know how challenging that is. He's looking at that angle now. Wish you luck, sir. That's good speed. Oh, almost gets a little kiss, but that's going to be ball in hand. Yeah, 3 to the 4 is probably your biggest problem. It's a tough window to hit right there. And, you know, he's a strong enough player that if he doesn't hit, you know, that perfect window, that he could still do something with the 4-ball. in some sort of safety capacity. So maybe he tries to develop it now, or, you know, like the snooker mentality, don't break it up until it's time. And if you don't have to break it up, don't go running into balls. Oh, when he bumps the 7, he really... It was... Yeah, it was right there. Ish. But I think that just made that window a little bit smaller. Yeah, looking at the replay, he's lost about an inch on that shot. Not to any player's discredit, is, you know, I wouldn't be able to remember exactly where it was, but I'm also a fan of leave it there. So he's got a little work to do. He's just probably going to come around and not try to hold it for that shot that he's been looking at. And he does have the cut. Yeah, I think he's attacking this cut. You know, it's 2-2. You got your window. You know, you're coming in hot, so you got to be careful here. Oh, you didn't want that. Yeah. I was wondering. It was coming in pretty fast. He may have been hooked behind the 9 either way. Now Eric's got a pretty good opportunity here. Yep, kind of just get it to where his hand is now. Easier said, obviously, but he's capable. And that's good enough for sure. You played a run into the 10 here on the high side of it. Just a little bump and run. So easy to kind of get out of control here. It doesn't take much to make that exactly. Just maintain control. And Eric to go up 3-2. It's race to 5. Alternate break. Rack your own 10-ball scenario. Good out. Alright, Eric winning on Chad's break. Let's see if Chad can return the favor here. There's been some dry breaks in this set, so nothing's come in waves, but Timbal is one of the tougher games. And he's made some balls on the break. This is looking okay, except for the 1 is really not, doesn't have a pocket yet. It's pretty routine safety, you know, leaving the cue ball here and just rolling this ball out this way. This is definitely Eric's kind of shot. And he's looking at the angle. He may try to run the cue ball even further and try to get him stuck under there. I mean, that is asking a lot. It looks like he's pushing the 1 under there. Yeah, he played cue ball and got away with it. At least for now. I mean, this kick shot is not that difficult. With that angle, I like to shorten it up a little bit. Maybe here, because it's gonna skid or slide a little bit. Chad knows what he's doing, so yep, he called the corner. Let's see if he hits my mark, and he does. Good shot, and unfortunately he's going to leave it pretty easy for ARIC, at least to start. You know, you don't play it in the side because it's going to roll. Cue ball might roll too far this way. So you play it all the way down with a little bit of stun and out. This is a very routine shot. The experienced player knows you lose a lot of control trying to spin off that side, and you don't want to make more problems where there aren't any. So he's got a good angle on the 2 just to kind of bring it out, give himself a little angle this way. He does have an interesting little window to hit here, trying to get on the 4, so. And he's gotten not a lot of angle. He's going to have to draw past this line to get back on the 4. And don't go past really this line, because you don't want to have to back cut the 4 this way too much. Then he's looking at where he wants to be. No, he's got all the stroke to do that, but he's like obviously wanted some angle to kind of get out in this world. That's a little easier to manage. He's coming straight back and hit it pretty good. That's about as steep as you want to be. Any more, and goodbye cue ball, you know what I mean? It's coming into this at 7, making it tough to stay on the 5, so. He's calling the corner. If you put a lot of inside on it, you're scratching in the side. And he sees the cue ball tracking towards the 7, so there is that problem. You know, this is one of those take your medicine shots, and you can push the 4 this way instead, and a lot more control over the cue ball. You don't have to make this. Let's see if he puts a swing on it. Looks like he's digging in. And he does, but he misses the object ball and leaves it kind of safe behind the 5, or what looks to be safe. That is, yeah. This is a bittersweet game, isn't it? He is opting for the jump shot. And kind of just hope that good things happen. And they kind of did. Oh, the 9 and the 10 get weird. This is not ideal. So just getting on the 7 does not really... doesn't mean much anymore. You know, even if you kind of stop the rock in this area, you know, are you drawing back this way to kind of bump these balls again or get underneath it? I mean, that is the shot, but... oh, he miscues. This is not ideal. Come on, Chad. And this is thin enough where he can pretty much hit it straight, and this ball is tracking at least into breaking those up. And then you kind of just take what you get after that. If he was a little more off the rail, yeah, I'd push it into this and kind of come up underneath it. But you know, that takes a level of commitment that maybe even I shouldn't be going with. And he's coming for it and does not get the breakout. He does have a pretty good safety opportunity here. You know, you roll the 9 up this way and keep the cue ball right behind the 10. I watched him play a 20-minute safety match with James DeVee the other night, so I know he's capable of these ticky-tacky saves. And that is a pretty good shot. It's going to force Chad to jump. Because kicking off of this rail is no bueno. And this angle, I guess, is kind of there if you call the side. See what he goes for and how he's feeling tonight. The jump was okay, but I feel like that's a little sketchy at this angle, and you're probably going off the table, so maybe the kick shot is slightly higher percentage. Yeah, I guess it depends on the player. There's not much angle here to really do much. You might call it like this way. Well, he's calling the side. Oh, he is jumping. Okay. Oh, good try. Holy shoot. Holy shoot. Good shot. Yeah, he left it in the side for him, but that was a great try. The jump bank, I mean, he's pretty much on the 10 after that. Yeah, that is kind of the move. Off of here, try to pull it a little bit harder and do something like that. It's like a high ball. I don't like trying to like do the laggy shot where it comes this way. Put a little more on it, but we'll see. We'll see. did. He put the high ball on it, and we're coming in hot. And he gets away with it, and that's okay. He took his time and executed. He's just got to roll this in, put himself on the hill. You guys come down and give it your best. Get on the live stream. It's not always commentary, but we try our best. And Eric's out. Nice shot. We'll see if Chad can turn this around a little bit. Join him on the hill. And they may be taking a little bit of a break here. Not a bad idea. Kind of come back refreshed. All right. This is rack number 7, Chad's break. He's made a ball. 2 balls, actually. And a little bit weird to get back on the 3. Tough queuing over that 10 ball. I think he can get the stroke he needs to bring it straight back. It looks like he's digging for it. And he does have the stroke, but does not pocket the pot. Puts a hand up and says, "You're hooked. My bad." Eric's gonna be jumping this. He's a very proficient jumper, so it shouldn't be too much of a thing. Getting back on the 3, however, that's a horse of a different color. And gets a good contact, doesn't make the pot, and hooks him, makes it, and that's called oopsie daisy. Now he's in trouble. I don't believe this one rail is on. It's pretty tight on the 7. He's gonna have to spin this ball. Yeah, he's looking at other options because that is not a good angle to kick at the 3. He might have this angle. That's also not that awesome. But that may be his only option other than One rail. That is full of peril. What would you guys do? He's putting a little spin on this, looks like. Gets a good hit. Nice shot, Eric. Now you got a little work to do. You know, you don't want to be anywhere on that side of that line. You know, you can't make the 6 from anywhere over there until you get to about here. Should just be an easy draw it out. Oh, he's coming close. Coming close. He didn't want that. I'm thinking Chad's sitting up in his seat now. Weird things are happening today in this tournament. Yeah, it's a tough 2 rails. I mean, doable, but to get that angle. Oh, he got the rail. He pointed at it like he got it. Oh boy. And that's a little bit of, you know, how it goes. So you thin this ball. Maybe push the 6 this way. That's a touchy little shot. It should be in, you know, a player of this caliber's repertoire. Oh, he's gonna kick it out of there. If you don't get it down here, though, that's a lot of speed to try to get on that ball from how close it is. And not impossible. And he's just gonna play that. Well, Eric's got a little bit of work to do here, but I think he likes to do the work. Doesn't get the pot and opens up the 7 a little bit, but getting on it from there is, you know, that's a chore. And even playing it safe there is kind of a chore. It's tough to get the angle to draw it the 6, you know, this way, the cue ball this way. That is not easy. Yeah, that's ever so touchy. And he gave him the 6 ball. And he's got plenty of room to keep it from getting, you know, it probably won't go higher than this diamond on this shot. It shouldn't. Yeah, he's okay. And he's on the hill, so kind of run forward a little bit and just bump that 9 out so it's easier to go. I don't like hitting that too low. That's why. That's kind of an uncharacteristic miss from ARIC, especially on the hill. I'm really kind of surprised he didn't try to bump that 9 forward, but you know, to each their own. He's just not getting the rolls like he said. And oh, concedes the match. Ah, next time.
On a 9-footer, I know how to do it.